Let's start with a scientist named Fritz Haber, German-born Jewish chemist, 1868 to 1934, Nobel Prize in Chemistry in 1918 for his work on ammonia synthesis. Haber developed a process that produced Zyklon A, a cyanide-based pesticide. It was used to kill insects, rats, and pests, especially in ships, warehouses, and storage areas. Effective, cheap, easy to use. Zyklon A releases hydrogen cyanide gas. The gas interferes with cells' ability to use oxygen, killing insects quickly. During World War II, the Nazis modified Haber's process. They created Zyklon B, which was more potent and easier to produce. Zyklon B was used in gas chambers in Nazi concentration and extermination camps. It was carried in canisters and poured into sealed rooms. Millions of Jews and other innocent people were murdered using Zyklon B. Among the victims were members of Haber's own extended family. A discovery meant to protect goods from pests was twisted into a tool of mass murder. A heartbreaking irony that still echoes in history.
Thomas Midgley Jr. was an American engineer and chemist. He worked for General Motors. Fun fact, he also invented leaded gasoline. In the early 1900s, refrigerators used toxic and flammable gases. These included ammonia, sulfur dioxide, and methyl chloride. If these gases leaked, they could cause poisoning, explosions, or even death. Midgley invented chlorofluorocarbons, known as CFCs, as a new type of refrigerant. They were non-toxic, non-flammable, and chemically stable. CFCs were widely used in refrigerators, air conditioners, aerosol sprays, and foam production. They solved major safety problems and improved millions of lives. When CFCs rise into the atmosphere, ultraviolet rays from the sun break them apart, releasing chlorine atoms. Just one chlorine atom can destroy thousands of ozone molecules. This damages the ozone layer in the stratosphere. As a result, more harmful UV rays reach the Earth. This increases the risk of skin cancer, eye damage, and weakens the immune system. It also harms plants, marine life, and entire ecosystems, leading to a global environmental crisis. Scientists discovered this problem in the 1970s and 1980s. A global agreement called the Montreal Protocol was introduced in 1987 to phase out CFCs. Many countries stopped using CFCs. Slowly, the ozone layer is now recovering.
But Thomas Midgley Jr. didn't stop there. After inventing CFCs, Midgley looked for another way to improve engines. Fun fact, he held over 100 patents in his lifetime. In 1921, Midgley introduced leaded gasoline. Adding tetraethyl lead improved engine performance and prevented knocking. Even back then, scientists and doctors knew lead was poisonous. There were warnings about health risks from lead exposure. Oil companies assured everyone it was safe. They ran massive ad campaigns to convince the public it wasn't safe. Lead has no safe level of exposure, but the damage had already begun. Lead from exhaust spread into the air, soil, and water. It built up in the environment for decades. Lead exposure caused brain damage, lower IQ in children, heart disease, kidney problems, high blood pressure. Some researchers link lead exposure to increased crime rates and behavioral problems. Entire communities were affected. Leaded gasoline was used for over 50 years. It poisoned millions of people and the planet. A small invention with one of the biggest impacts in human history, used worldwide for over 50 years. Millions, possibly hundreds of millions, were exposed. Children's IQ dropped by 2 to 5 points on average in many studies. Leaded gasoline made billions for companies. Countless lives and future potential lost.